You know, sometimes you can just try too hard, and this time round I did. I tried to shave down the back and get the instructions out. Don't mind me, I'm just fiddling with this instructions. I shave this down to make it a more loose fit there, and I shaved too much off and it was too loose a fit, so I had to pull off the propeller and glue it in place. So rather than a floppy wibbly wobbly propeller, it's now firmly fixed in a sort of natural-esque pose, assuming where it might be. Anyway, but there we are. There's the Hella kit of the Mark XVIe, and I've done it. Another one ticked off the list. Now I now have less than 60 in my stash. Airplanes in total, that is. I've got about 2 more Spitfires in my stash to build, plus the 1 in 132 scale, which is 148. I think it's 148 scale. Anyway, that's for another time. This is the quite famous. I don't know why it's famous or who is the pilot of it. Probably an ace of some kind or somebody with a medal. They call the aircraft Winston Churchill. That shows up, Winston Churchill there. Here's a squadron leader by the look of it, that's the mark in there. And they look like a row of tanks, so they, as fits the clipped off wingtips, this Spitfire did a lot of low level work, I can imagine. Yeah, it's a mixture of decals. I didn't use the Hella decals because they were quite, well, they were green, and I can find them. Don't mind me, I'm just unprepared. There we are. That's the right shape, but the wrong colour. I just couldn't bring myself to put green on a green background, and it should be sort of a fluorescent sky colour rather than sort of general green. So I had another lot of decals from my previous production of this kit by, I think, Revel, based on a Matchbox kit, I think. Maybe wrong. So I used those decals for most of it. So here, there's another option that was originally with it. Oh, there we are. See, Revel AG. So it was a Revel kit I used the decals for. And there, some of them had extra decals markings to add to it, so that was good. Some of it is the Hella decals, some of it is the Revel stuff, but that's just by the way. Obviously use Tamiya tape to mask off the leading edge yellow parts. Just have a thin strip of tape there to so we can bend it slightly around. A little bit of metallic paint on the edge to try and get a gun colour. And can you hear that rattling? That's the washer at the back of the propeller, which came off when I pulled the thing off. Obviously painted the exhaust before I put them in, and obviously pre-painted the cockpit with a bit of masking tape and using the cocktail stick method for painting with. Get a nice bead of paint there and you can get it off nicely, quite accurately that way. But this is hot off the production on a hot day. Today is the Monday of the 2 hot days of 2022, which is forecast in June. Is it the 17th today? something like that. One of those days. Let me see. An 18th today. Okay, there we are. Yeah, the guns were pre-molded in, as was the tail wheel, but that was okay. Nice little bit of wheel well detail there, which I've copied on some of the other Spitfires by using tape for the lines of the parts of the wing there, or parts of the wheel well anyway. For this, I don't know exactly what the part is called, but it's a black sprue, black plastic, so if I paint in, it's more or less pre-shaded, so you get a little bit of detail of the ailerons. They're fixed, as are all of the surfaces, but yeah, not too bad. I've modelled the cockpit open because it's a two-piece cockpit, and by the time you glue that, there would be a bit of a gap if I tried to have it all together. So I thought, why not to have it open, so some fresh air come in. You can be ready to jump in the cockpit and see off the dreaded hum. So there we are. One more model off the list. The Hella 172 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 16E. Thank you very much. Bye.